Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel. This is Red Prep and we are bringing to you all the build-up and preview to the Manchester United match against Bournemouth at Old Trafford on the weekend. Manchester United will be hoping to build on the performance and the victory against Chelsea at Old Trafford in midweek, to build on the same kind of pattern play, the same kind of team, the same kind of output in terms of effort, and to get this victory against Bournemouth, especially before the gigantic week that is to come with matches against Bayern Munich, which could spell an exit from the European stage, as well as a trip to Anfield, something that has haunted us for the last few years, especially after the 7-0 humbling against Liverpool. Both the teams come into this match with a similar run of form. United have lost only one match in the last five, which was against Newcastle 1-0 at St. James's Park. While Bournemouth have also lost one match, that was a 6-1 humbling against Manchester City away at the Etihad. But recently, Bournemouth have showed a lot of grit and a lot of impressive performances, especially against the caliber of the teams they played. They drew against Aston Villa while they were leading for most of the match, and Ollie Watkins equalizer came in the 90th minute. They won last against Crystal Palace, which is always a difficult away fixture. Also, they won against Newcastle at home 2-0. And even at Sheffield United, they were impressive in their 3-1 display. The last match was, I think, 1-0 victory away at Bournemouth with the Casemiro overhead kick. They also won 3-0 in Ten Hag's first season, which was played, I think, in January at Old Trafford. Bournemouth have two victories against United in the Premier League era, but both of those victories were at the Vitality Stadium. The only time they actually got any points from Old Trafford was in the 2017 season when they drew 1-1. They are really hoping to get a victory and continue this great record against Bournemouth at home. Looking at statistics, Bournemouth are a counter-attacking team. They like to play with long balls and put a lot of crosses into the box with the likes of Dominic Solanke, who is the top goal scorer, getting at the end of it. They also have impressive wide players like Semenyo and Tavernier, who have chipped in with a few goals. Also, Cliver has really played well in that number 10 position recently. But Billing is supposed to be back for this match, so it'll be interesting if he's pushed into the midfield and Cliver maintains his or Cliver retains his number 10 position, or Billings is pushed in the number 10 position, which he has played over the years, especially against top six team or top half team, usually in the away fixtures where they obviously don't expect to have too much of the ball and play on the counter attack. So Billing might return in that position, sadly in the midfield. Bournemouth have conceded 30 goals in their 15 matches, so that's 2 per game. But that is down to some huge losses like 6-1 against Man City. They have scored a decent amount of goals, and they equal United's goal scoring record with 18 goals. So it'll be interesting match, and sadly with Dominic Solanke, Clivert, and the likes of Semenyo and Tavernier, they will be a threat on the counter against Manchester United. Coming to the danger man for Bournemouth, obviously Dominic Solanke is their target man, their main goal scorer. But they have gotten goals from the likes of Clivert, Semenyo, Tavernier. In midfield, Christie has done really well. He's a creative player, good at dribbling and putting through balls for his strikers and forwards. Lewis Cook plays alongside him and provides them stability and that kind of defensive cover. Obviously, Billing plays a substitute in the last match, so assuming that he's fit, he'll play and he'll provide the steal in the midfield. Also, he scored goals, important goals against the likes of Manchester City, so he'll be a threat as well. In the defensive line, they have decent centre backs in Zabarayani and Senesi, who have done well. Also scored goals for set pieces. Also, Meppen is also there as a backup in case one of them get injured or is rested. The fullbacks are interesting as well. Aaron hasn't been fit throughout the season, but he is a threat. We know what we get from him. He's played against United before with Norwich. The other fullback, Stephen Kelly, I think he's injured, so Kirkus would come in for him. The captain Neto has done well. He's a decent goalkeeper with good shot stopping ability and decent on the ball as well. These are the danger men that we can expect to trouble United in this match. Let's move to the tactical board and break down the expected lineup and the structure of game from both the teams. For Manchester United, I think if Wayne broke, don't fix it. I don't think we need to put a lot of changes into this match, apart from the fact that Lindelof has to go. I think Regular can come in for Lindelof and play in the left back position, while Shaw can move into the left centre back position. But if he wants to give somebody rest, Shaw has played a few matches after coming from injury, so we might see, just cause he's fit, we might see Johnny Evans coming back into the team. I think midfield should stay like this. Maybe give some time to Menu if need be, but I think we should just stick with the same thing just to build some momentum. Because Hoyland hasn't looked sharp in the recent matches. We might see the likes of Marshall coming in, but I don't think we'll tinker too much with the team, and let's just build on the performance against Chelsea. Bournemouth usually play with 4-2-3-1, with two in the middle of the park. Obviously, Billing hasn't been fit, so Cook and Christie have come in. Christie is the one who goes forward if need be, and Cook is the one who screens the space in front of the two centre backs. Clive is the number 10 guy. He's quite nippy. He's good at dribbling and moving with the ball, so he'll be a threat as well. Solanke is the greatest threat in terms of goals. He's got huge frame. He's quite nimble as well, so he'll be a threat, especially against the likes of Maguire and Johnny Evans if they play together because they lack pace. And the two wingers, Semenyo, Sinistera, who played recently, are really quick, really direct, and we might see Dalot dropping and Van Bissaka coming in if Ten Hag seems that he might require some more assurance in the back line. Obviously, their fullback Kirkers and Smith are they like to go forward, but on occasions they are very practical in that way, very pragmatic and restrained. The two centre back are strong, physical. They're not very pacey, so can exploit them with the likes of Garnacho moving into these areas, or even in between, making these runs into the center. Anthony obviously likes to cut back, so the likes of Dalo and Visaka can easily overlap and provide good deliveries into the box for the likes of Martial, or if Hoyland starts. So that'll be the expected lineup. Obviously, if Billing is deemed fit enough to start, then he might come in, and the likes of Clivett can drop out, and that'll be more like solid in terms of midfield cover. So he might go with that, especially because the game is at Old Trafford. So that'll be the overall game plan and the expected lineup for both the teams. Can't be stressed enough that this is a must-win match for Manchester United. 3 points are extremely crucial, especially if they have to get back into the Champions League fight, with the likes of Aston Villa playing against Arsenal and also Tottenham play against Newcastle. So there is a possibility that these teams who are also in the running will drop some points. But the most important thing for Manchester United is to show that they can repeat the effort and performance of the match against Chelsea. It's really important for the fans to see that the players can retain and sustain that kind of output. And it wasn't mere flash in the pan and a one-time thing against Chelsea. The last season also we saw such performances against the likes of Liverpool and Tottenham, but United weren't consistent and didn't sustain that kind of output throughout the season last year. United are getting back some of the players. Johnny Evans is back. Luke Shaw has come in for the last couple of matches. Also, the likes of Malassi and Martinez might come back in the team over the Christmas or New Year period. Ahmad is also back in full squad training, so that is also a boost for Manchester United. And if Ten Hag can get some tune out of the likes of Rashford, then United will be back to full strength side. But the most important thing is to see that execution that we saw against Chelsea, to put into practice day in, day out, week in, week out. Obviously, after the Bournemouth match, we have two huge clashes against the likes of Bayern Munich and Liverpool, which is at Anfield. So, in all honesty, we can't afford to drop any points against the likes of Bournemouth, especially at Old Trafford. Inshallah, we'll bring you all the breakdown and review of the match against Bournemouth. Inshallah, that's a victory. Please join us for the Red Dissection episode. Keep on liking, sharing, and commenting on the videos. We certainly appreciate all your support and efforts, and make dua for us as well. So until we meet again, take care, do good, and pray for Palestinians and all the downtrodden and oppressed people all across the globe. Assalamu alaikum.